All right, guys, welcome back. Couple more intro videos, and I swear we'll be done talking about where things are and how they go. So, a couple of things I want to talk about now. First of all is Aleks. So let's take a look at Aleks. We're going to go into the shell so that we can do that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can take a look. And of course, you guys will access Aleks by coming through course documents, coming into the Aleks folder, and then clicking here to the open link. All right, when you do that, that takes you directly into the shell for your course. Okay, so this is my view of that. I'm going to go ahead and do a student view so that you can see kind of what's going on in here. You'll have to do a tutorial first. I get the option to skip that. You can actually skip it too. And there's a little pre-check that you can do that asks about, gee, a math question. And we can skip the tooltips. And I can skip this. And I say, yay, I have a bunch of stuff to learn. Now, I wouldn't worry about this part because we don't use it in this fashion. The assignments that you guys have are not based on this pie. Okay, they are based on what I have assigned to you. And so you can get to that by coming up to these three lines, clicking that, and then going to assignments. And you'll see that right now, there's not much in here. Okay, there are some upcoming assignments if you click out, and then all of your assignments if you do that. There are a couple of different types of assignments that you'll see in here. One of the things that you'll see is your homework, and that's one for each lecture that we do, except for lecture 9, there are two things associated with that. So there's one for each. Each one has a lecture number after it, and it matches the title that you'll see in D2L. The other thing you'll see are virtual labs. And what you'll notice is that there's not a bunch of them. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now, for reasons that are a little complicated, we use the old lab manual numbering, and we don't do experiment 5 anymore. So we do experiments 1 through 4, and then 6 through 11. Now, because of not being in a physical lab, you guys are going to be doing virtual experiments for some of the things that we have, but not all of them. There is no virtual lab equivalent for experiment 4. And so that is not going to be done in a virtual lab setting. All right, so there's not one for everything. I know that gets a little bit complicated. We'll talk about that in the lab video that I'm going to do in a couple of minutes. But this is where you will do all of your graded homework and your graded labs. So if you've never been in Aleks before, you'll need to do the sign up for Aleks. You need to be into that 4 days into the semester. And if I remember correctly, so 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the 13th that I expect you to be in there for that. And failure to be in by the end of the first week means that you know, if you haven't done anything else in the class, then you get dropped from the course. Okay, so that's our Aleks walkthrough. Now, every section of Aleks that you do, you have multiple opportunities to do all of this. So none of this is only a couple of choices. You can do as many attempts on any of this as you want. Okay, now your virtual experiments have a due date. All right, you'll see that due date here. There is no final submission date because it's due the day that it's due. And if it's not turned in then it's not turned in at all. Okay. All of the rest of your stuff, there is a due date for it, but there's also a final submission date, which is the last date of the semester that you can turn things in. Okay. So that's how that works. I hope there are no questions on that, but if there are, please let me know. Again, this has been our intro to Aleks in and of itself, and then I'm going to do an intro to the labs, and then I will actually, I think that might be everything. So okay, all right, I'll be back, guys. Talk to you soon.